Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to a part 21 of our Rookie to Champion adventure on World Snooker Championship 2004. And today is time for the final, the first final of our career and possibly the last ever match that I will ever play on World Championship Snooker 2004. Got to get the game title right, even though World Snooker Championship just sounds a lot better. But of course, we're in the final of the British Open held at Brighton against Robin Macallum. In the next episode, you'll be seeing a 17-frame thriller, hopefully, which, again, hopefully will probably become out on top of. But I'm a little bit worried, but hopefully we should be okay. But just a quick look at how we got here. So, in the first round, we beat David York 5-4, so we're pretty lucky to get to the round of 16, to be quite honest. But we fought through and beat him. But in the last three games, really, we just haven't seen any opposition at all. We didn't let anything go against Marzotti, beat him 5-0. We beat Hugh Lloyd 6-2. Admittedly, in one of the episodes, we weren't really playing very well. Oh, I just need to put the game audio on. I forgot about that. We weren't really playing too well, so I don't really worry about that. If we play as well as we can today, I think we'll be triumphant over Macallum. And then in the last episode, in the semi-final, we beat Matt Hindle 6-0. So today, of course, we need to beat Macallum by 9-whatever. But we're only going to play the first 4 frames today. But we are going to have a few longer episodes in this final just to get a few frames done. Make sure you see the length of the action in this 17-frame thriller. And I think, to be honest, it's clear to say that it's been a little bit too easy to get to this point so far, particularly in the last few matches against Marzotti and against Hindle, not Matt Cardle, against Matt Hindle. So I'm desperate, really, for Macallum to give me more of a challenge, because even though it'd be great to win our first tournament and tick off the box of becoming a champion on World Snooker Championship 2004, to go and win it 9-0 or 9-1 would be a little bit of a shame. I don't really know how to explain that, but to dominate here would be a bit of a shame. To not have much competition would be boring for me, and the achievement wouldn't be as much, I think. But anyway, in any way, if we win, I'm sure we'll be more than happy. So let's go to Brighton. Let's listen to John Virgo and Dennis Taylor, who will commentate over the match. And let's play the first frame between Toby Jones and Robin Macallum in the British Open final held at Brighton.
Hello and welcome to the final of the British Open here in Brighton. Without further ado, let's introduce the players. Will you welcome, please, Robin Macallum.
Much like in the semi-final, we didn't really get much of an entry, did we? We just sat down and got on with it. But Robin Macallum, well, they seem to like him round here, but he's going to break off first. But I don't think this break-off's going to really indicate what sort of competition we've got. But it's a decent break. Oh, he's hit the blue, which isn't fantastic, but
good break.
He's done enough, I think.
The best option here.
We could go for a tricky pot, couldn't we? But the controller's not going to start doing this now, is it? No, we're okay. Are we? There we go. I mean, we could go for this tricky pot, but I think at the start of the match it would be too dangerous to do that. Particularly straight away, and if Robin could get the first frame, that would be crucial for him. So, I think just to be safe, we're going to play the safety shot here. On this red that's just a little bit out of the cluster. Will it hit the blue on the way back? Luckily it won't. That's a nice shot, and it's right back up the bulk.
Get the cue ball safe in the bulk area.
We could see a bit of a safety battle, really, at the start of this first frame. I can imagine, well, I'm a bit nervous, and I can imagine Robin Macallum's quite nervous as well. It's no doubt going to be his first final ever as well, because, unfortunately, if you hadn't guessed by now, I presume you would have done, in the old snooker games, such as this one, for some reason the algorithm rules that you must play players that are kind of your own ability, so in the rankings with yourself, and that's why in this tournament, which I think John Higgins actually won in this year, we are playing players that aren't real because of that fact that the game's algorithm is set to play players that are close to your level, meaning that actually to become the World Snooker Champion would be a lot harder, probably require hundreds of episodes rather than 20 or 30. So I think it'd be fair, and that's what I've decided. A, with the release of Snooker 19, I'm going to be focused on that, and B, with that road being ridiculously long, I have decided, of course, if we win today's match, to call that being a champion and call the series a day. But I think we've had plenty of action in the series. I mean, when you know, it's 0-0 still in the match, so Robin Macallum could go and beat us 9-0. We don't really know, but he's not... Oh, well... I was just about to say, he's been quite good so far. Not played anything too stupid, but there was always time, wasn't there? And he's just gone and done that now. But we'll pop this red. And that'll get us on the table, hopefully, if we pot it, that is. Yeah, there we go, it's down. Took a bit of the faith of gravity, but the controller's playing up now, isn't it, with the spin? I don't know why it does it. Really weird. I think it's more of a game glitch, I would guess, because why would the spin change even though you weren't on the spin option? I'm not particularly sure. The green looks the best option for me here, to be honest. The blue could be potted. No, it hasn't really got the angle, has it? So I think the green's the best option here. Hit it quite hard, though. And just hit it with a little bit of top just to try and get it back down the table again. But the pot's the thing that matters the most, of course, here. So fingers crossed we can get that. There we go.
Well,
Green's down. That's a good position, actually. Just got to make sure we can use this now and hopefully get in this match. Oh my goodness me, we don't want to play with that much spin. I'm just going to unplug the controller, actually, and plug it back in. Hopefully it doesn't hit anything here. There we go. Just pop it back in. I did use a wireless controller at one point, but for some reason that just stopped working, so that's a bit of a shame. So I've had to go back to the wired PS2 controller. And for any of you asking, yes, this is being played on a proper PS2 with the proper game. But I think a bit of backspin would be the only way to get out of this here and achieve a sensible position on something, so that's not too bad at all.
Keep it up.
Although I think it'd probably be the yellow that's the shot. The pink certainly won't go. The yellow will probably be the shot of choice, unless we want to risk playing the black along the cushion, which might not be a bad option either. Might be end of break though, obviously, if we miss, or if we pot it and don't get good position, but I think it's worth it, and there we go, it's a good shot.
12.
Few long pots on here, not the best position, but
see an easy pot here.
Actually, is that one touching ball down there? Is that one touching? I can't figure it out. I think there's a bit of a gap. But these games aren't the best at portraying that gap. I'm going to go... Oh, do we go for... see, this one that I'm highlighting now is a much easier pot. But it's whether it's touching that ball, and I think it's very close. It might well be, so I don't want to take the risk. So we're going to go for this, which is a bit of a harder pot to master, but I suppose equally it might give us better position because we're not going to leave the cue ball crowded in that little cluster of reds in the middle. So might be the better shot here. Might come to naught, but it might be a good successful shot. Right in the heart of the pocket, and there we go. It's gone really well. Good position on the black. But after this, I fail really to see where our opportunity is going to come from. Perhaps a bit of screw back. Depends if no, they're not touching, so that's okay. Hopefully got good position on this red that we were looking at just. But another 7 points is vital here. And we haven't got it. I secretly thought we wouldn't get it there. Too much focused on position rather than the pot, and didn't perfect the pot before we did the position, which is always a bit of a mistake. But after a solid start, I know it's only a break of 13, but we played well. Let's see what Robin Macallum's made of. He's potted the blue even.
Now can he...
The screw back on the cue ball really helped him control the position of the cue ball then.
He should be able to play
that was a good pot. Of course, just 2 pots won't exactly tell us how good Robin Macallum is here. I'm not really sure what he's played there. I mean, he's blocked off that pocket for the black, which is understandable. But that red here is more than accessible. So I think what his principle was right there, but it didn't really come to anything. Apart from potentially just getting lucky by getting the black on that pocket. But we're going to take advantage of that if we can get through to it now, of course. And pot that black. I don't think we can, though. That's unfortunate. Yellow it is, then. Just to keep us on the table. And it's a bit frustrating, this is, because the black really... is in a pocket where, to be honest, 9 out of 10 of the reds, or whatever percentage the reds are going to go into. But, I could have done with a little bit less power there and we'd have been nicely on a red. In fact, I'll be still nicely on this red.
The black spot will give him good
there we go.
position.
We're nicely on the red still, which is good. Now, we don't need anything too hard here. I just want to make sure that we get it to the opposite pocket, but we get good position to knock the black in. There we go, the red's in. Beautiful. Ooh, does this go now?
It's difficult to see a good chance with the cue ball so
doesn't
tight
again.
in the jaws.
Luckily, the blue goes, so we can stay on the table, but a strategy really come to nothing there, unfortunately. Now, does it hit the yellow on the way through? We don't want it really to hit the yellow. But it'll be in the luck of the gods. Can we pop the blue? No, we've missed the blue. Well.
This reminds me of when I won the UK National Championship back in 1979. It's the final hurdle that's so tough.
Suppose you can hear the dog barking downstairs, won't you? She doesn't stop in a minute. I'll go and find out what that's all about. But, ooh, not played so perfectly there. But he's got very lucky because he hasn't left anything on.
Safe here, putting the cue ball in the balk area.
Yeah, I think it might be best to play a safety shot here.
Looks like a safety shot coming up.
I do fancy this one. But, yeah, I think it's got to be a safety, hasn't it? Particularly with the ball's all being in such a precarious position now. You know, one bad shot and the reds are wide open, so the frame could very much be going in the favour of Macallum. Or either player, if one of them makes a mistake. Let's see what he's going to play here. Well, what on earth has he played there?
He's behind here.
I don't understand what on earth he's done there. He was clearly going for the pot, but surely he saw the black. Surely he saw the black.
Yeah, I think
he just tried to belt that in and he's belted the black in. Well, Dennis seems to think it's a safety shot required here, but I think we can go for the long pot. Really take advantage from here and mop up in the first frame now. There you go, that's the pot.
That was a hard...
That is a tremendous shot.
And is there a way through to the black from here?
Should
Got to be very lucky, but yes, there is. Might as well get screw back on this. Make sure we actually get the pot though first. Black's dropped. Ooh, that red is very close, but funnily enough, it's in very good position now somehow.
Well, there's a wide choice of reds on the table.
I think if that red wasn't there, I've gone for this one, but because that red's there, it seems silly not to take it. Just need a tap on it, really. Possibly a bit of scrutiny. No, we don't hit it that hard. I have to say, I haven't really looked at the pockets in depth before, and they don't look too bad.
9.
And again, that's not a bad shot either. A bit of luck involved,
Looks
I think,
like
there,
he's
to be
trying
honest.
To get
But
the pink back onto its spots.
It's not the nicest of blacks, but it should be okay. Good shot.
You put that black away nicely.
Now, where's the black going to go? The black is going to be going back on its spot, so that limits the opportunities that we've got. But because these balls aren't... Let me just check. I think they are. Or is there a little gap? But I honestly can't tell. So, because it's the only shot to play here, we might as well go for it. But I cannot tell for my life if those balls are touching or not, whether there's a little gap between them. We'll soon find out. No, there weren't, so that was a good opportunity taken. And we're nicely on the pink now.
I think he has a red after
Never mind
this
the
shot.
blooming yellow, Christ. We might as well screw back, because this isn't a bad position for a few of the other reds, actually. Pink will go, I'm sure of it.
Good shot on the
That's
pink.
not a bad position at all. Got to play it at a bit of an angle, of course. Yeah, some screw needed here, because I don't think in this position we're really going to get anything out of it, but we might as well play top, hadn't we, really? Can we? No, we can't get the cue ball to move the other side of the black. That would have been a perfect position, but we're just going to go in the luck of the gods here. We can't craft our own position. That's dropped, and well,
24.
Very lucky there that either the blue or the black didn't drop, but at the same token, we've actually got good position. But at the same token, equally, no, we're going to have to go for the blue because there's basically a much larger chance of putting a red into that pocket than the black pocket. So, for the sake of continuing our break, we've got to go for the blue here, in my opinion.
Oh, he's sunk the blue.
29.
Although, unbelievably, all the balls have managed to get in a position now where, oh look, they all go in that one. Unbelievable. Right. I think we can play a... Ooh, well, this red won't go there. This could be a nasty shot. I mean, you've got to be lucky for this one to go into the middle. Honestly, I think the shot of choice here would just be to play this one along the cushion. We might as well see what comes of it. Hit it quite hard and quite thin as well. Oh, it hasn't dropped. That's unfortunate, but nevertheless, a decent break. We developed the reds quite well, and Robin's got to come back from quite a way here, really, to win this frame. Whether he does will be a measure of his strength, and it'd be a good statement to make for him, not for us, but for him it would certainly be a good statement to make. Although it doesn't look like he wants it particularly, which seems odd. Because all he had to do was do this. Tap the red, and he's got a free black. But I'm not going to complain. Well, that's awful. That's awfully positioned there, but because the black's just over the pocket, there's no way we can miss it. Also, I'll say this and we'll miss this now. But black's going to go down, and just a few more reds and a few more colours, and we've wrapped the first frame up.
8.
That being said, there's nothing really on here. Oh, actually, there's this one, which is going to be tight. But because we're so far ahead and I don't see Robin coming back, we might as well play a more risky shot. Good pot.
What a lovely pot. Well
Took a bit of wriggling, but it went in nonetheless. Might as well pick the yellow here just to stay on the table. And with the yellow, we will wrap up the frame and leave Robin needing snookers in this first frame. And there we go, that's potted.
11.
Is there anything on here? No, it doesn't look like it. But we can go for it anyway. Oh, unfortunate.
He's played a
But it's whether Robin plays on or just wants to get on with the second. No, he's playing on, fair enough to him. Good shot.
I'm sat on the edge of my seat here, Dennis. This is exciting snooker.
It looks like he's carrying on for a bit of potting practice.
I don't blame him. He could get a snooker here
7.
because of where all the colours are positioned.
He can get good position here by taking the red near the pink.
Suppose if he takes the 2 reds and the black, or 2 reds and 2 blacks rather, which I don't think he's going to get now.
It should be safe.
Well, if he gets the black here, it'd be a miracle. No, he's playing a safety. Oh, okay, he's playing the
skills will
snooker.
really be
Nice.
tested here, getting out of this snooker.
Well, fair play to him. There's not really much in the way of possibility of getting out of this.
Do you think he will play safe here or try for the difficult shots?
What do you mean, play safe? There's no way to bloody play safe without hitting the ball. Well, we're just going to try this. It might hit the black, I'm not sure. But we might get a bit lucky. No, it hasn't hit either of them. That wasn't quite what we wanted to do, and the cue ball's nearly gone in as well.
He's let this frame.
Well, unbelievably, after that, he's conceded. Well, he got the snooker, he got the foul, and he let the frame slip away. Well, 1-0 up to us, but it was a more competitive frame, I'll have to say, than previous against other players, so that's good, but the scoreline doesn't lie. We're still 1-0 up against Robin Macallum in this first frame.
Wonder what these
Crap break that was, and really he should take all the opportunity he gets here. Good part.
1.
Unfortunately, though, he hasn't really left anything on unless he just
behind the black.
pulls it up behind the black, yeah. Yeah,
That's a good
perfect.
snooker. He'll do well to get
Brilliant.
onto this.
Fair play. Well, we can get out of this quite easily, but it was a good snooker from the outset. Get that first pot. He knew we couldn't do anything with it, and he's got the snooker.
Oh, that's a tricky position for the cue ball to finish in.
Yeah, he's not really going to be able to do much here. Well, he's going to get the pot, apparently. What a pot. Well, fair play. This could be Macallum's frame. He's certainly pulled off 2 impressive pots so far, so if he keeps that sort of form up, then he will win this frame. That's the great the red down.
Oh, I think
But again, he's snookered himself. Yeah, he hasn't done very well there. Bit of a shame, actually. He'd started well. He's going to try and get out of this, and he does. Ooh, quite close to the pocket there. He wasn't far off. Well, might as well go for something a bit riskier. Will this red go? Ooh, just off, unfortunate. Not going to harm to give Robin a chance here just to see what he's made of.
Nothing to do but take the black next.
I think it'll prove his skill, whether he could, what on earth has he played there?
Oh dear, that was.
Just going to say this is going to prove his skill.
He will be disappointed
in developing these reds, but he's neither potted the black or developed the red, so... The red near the black? The black spot even, sorry. Well, we're going to play this, and if it doesn't go in, fingers crossed, it goes back up the table. Go on, go on, go on. Wait! Took a bit of wriggling, but it's dropped. Oh, the cue ball very nearly followed. Blue's the best shot here. Hits it quite forcefully. Hopefully try and get within the pack again. Blue's in. And no, it hasn't. In fact, it's nowhere near where we wanted it. Scrappy start to this frame. Really has been. But we're hitting the reds head on here, so we might be in a bit of a risk. Or are we going to fluke one? Well, we are. We've fluked one there. Bit of a risk playing it like that, and certainly we weren't going for any sort of skill shot. We were just going for the safety, and to be honest, it wouldn't have been very safe. But we fluked a pot.
The green looks like the best shot.
Green seems to be the best shot, apparently. What, into the middle? I don't fancy that into the middle. Fancy the brown into the... Actually, the green might go into the middle, actually. I don't know what the dog's barking at again. Probably thin air. Someone needs to get this dog out the theatre. Green's dropped anyway.
10.
Well, we might have to interrupt proceedings in a minute if the dog keeps going like balmy like this. Does the blue go here? I think it will. Certainly does.
60.
But we've not left ourselves anything particular.
In the 79 final. It's the last stretch that's the hardest.
Well, John, I don't know if you noticed, we're not really in the last stretch, we're on the second frame. Well, we may as well play this risky shot again. Seems to have been going our way so far, so we might as well exploit that further. No, it hasn't dropped, but can he pot it from here? I'm not so sure. Well, he's missed that red. Goodness no, I don't know what he's doing there.
It looks
really
like
puzzled. Wasn't the best shot anyway.
Position.
That's another red dropped.
A nice clean pot.
We've got nicely on the blue. It's going to take a bit of angle actually, but we should be alright, he says. Going to be a tight one. Might not go in here. No, it hasn't. Too much angle played the other way. We overcompensated a bit there. And now Robin's got another chance. Good pot. What a cracker. Good shot on the brown. There is a way through for this red, I'd say, by the pink. Yeah, certainly is. He's not playing that one, though. But he's got the other one in. Fair play. Now, is he finally going to come to the table? Seems amazing that we're praising him after a break of 6. Whoa, it's a break of 8 now. Look at this. But in all seriousness, I like competition here. I wouldn't want to be playing against a player that we whoop every frame. So, well, he's missed that. And that's probably the easiest pot of the lot so far.
He's likely to go for the red near the pink here.
Really? I'll just go for this pink. This pink, this red. And that's probably why we shouldn't have gone for it, because we've missed it. And in fact, we've left him in prime position for this red now that is by the pink.
1. His next shot could be the pink.
He's going to take another colour and go ahead for the first time.
7.
In fact, he went ahead when he got the red early, didn't he, to be fair, so... But he's played a bit of a safety there, which has gone wrong. And now it's our chance to get back in the second frame. Come on, Jonesy. Good pot.
1.
Not really on anything here, apart from, well, if the pink gets
gets
nicely into the
here.
pocket, which it doesn't, unfortunately. But we're not really on anything else here. Well, I'd say I might be silly here, but I'm just going to nest a little behind the pink. Because I don't think from here that any of these reds are going to be particularly easy to pot. I might be wrong, and I might have made a mistake. But let's see what he's made of. Very peculiar shot. Very weird. He got the pink out of the way for us, so fair play to him there. Oh, we've missed that red. Probably too hard. And as Dennis, it didn't want to go in, as he says. Right, to put my feet up now. Ooh, might not have to put my feet up for much longer. From that first shot, it's going to be a safety here. And all of a sudden, to be fair,
safe in the balk area.
This is going to be a closer frame. There's only 2 reds left. And Robin Macallum is still 5 points ahead. So it could be Robin's frame here. And certainly with shots like that it will be. Blimey. I thought it was too hard when I hit it. But as long as he pops this and gets it in good position, which he has.
Yeah, what a good shot onto the black.
I was fearing for him there in that it might have just nestled up behind the red. But he should get the black here. Which he has.
Now 1 final red to go.
And with the red, he's onto the colours. Not the easiest red in the world. And he hasn't potted it.
Unforced error.
And unbelievably, he's gone away with it. I would say. I think he has anyway. Has he actually? I don't think he has. No, I think we can pot this. I was going to play a safety here, but if we can pot it, we'll go for it. There we go, it's in. Brilliant.
1.
Right, now we're on to the colours. I think brown's probably the best bet. Just check everything else. No, nothing else on the table, of course. Does the brown go into the middle? It's a tricky one, isn't it? But I think I'll go for that. I'll opt for that shot. And it's dropped quite nicely. And it's a little bit better on the yellow. The yellow's going to be a tricky shot, but we've got to play ambitious shots here to get back into this frame. And if this one doesn't go in, well, the sky's the limit really for Robin. But it has dropped,
7.
and now we're onto the green, and quite nicely as well. That's it. It's quite hard to get it round the table. Oh, we've hit the brown. Where's that going to go? Oh, right down the bottom. Well, do we take the risk here and play it thin and try and get the pot? I think we do. With this, we go ahead. If not, Robin's got a great chance to get a frame back here. Oh, we've potted the cue ball.
Game we have now. So few points left and
Well,
the score's so close.
Robin's got his
single
chance
foul
here.
can swing the balance
Robin
either
Macallum
way.
has really got a chance. Oh, we've been forced to continue. Of course we have. Although I don't really see why. I suppose if he makes a mistake, it looks a bit silly. But
I
that's
can't
all
see
we're
an
going to
easy
do.
pot here.
There isn't an easy pot, correct? Unless he flukes something.
Well, he's
Oh,
looking
he's nearly
at
potted the white. Has he snookered us or not? Now I think we can get through to this brown. It was very nearly a snooker, you know, to be fair to him. Clap, clap and all that, but... it wasn't quite there, unfortunately, Robin. Oh, we've missed it. Well, well. And luckily we're safe this time. He's also missed that and he's not so safe this time. Well, it's not the easiest of pots, so... bit of focus needed. And pardon me, even with this, we don't go ahead. We need all the colours, really. The brown's dropped right in the heart of the pocket.
4.
I'm sat on the edge of my seat here, Dennis. This is exciting snooker.
Well, we could go for the risky
It looks
double,
like he might go for a snooker.
but unfortunately we can't really do much now. Try and get it up to the blue. Get it at a decent angle. We don't want to get it at an angle where Robin can pot it. That's not too bad. Oh, where's it going? Where's the ball going? Well,
He's having no luck. with
not
the
great
difficult
shot there
shots
from
today.
Robin Macallum. But it's up to us to make him feel the pain. And this is a tricky pot, but we're going to go for it nonetheless. It's dropped,
5.
but we still need
Put him in the lead.
the pink.
Can he get the pink? If so, he'll take the frame.
If we get the pink, we take the frame, and that would really hurt Robin Macallum, I think. To be fair, being so close. And not really getting anything. So, this is going to be a good pot if we can get it. Bear in mind, we don't want the cue ball to go in too. We've got the pot, and the cue ball hasn't gone in. So,
Marvellous. Fully committed.
we'll wait until it's confirmed with this black. We're not going to call the frame. Bear in mind, you can only score once off the black, so we have won it. But we're just going to try and clean up this black. I don't think it's going to happen, and it hasn't. But does it matter?
11.
It was a
Well,
close
love
one
a
there.
close game
Really
like
close. And we are 2-0 up. And that was a bit fortunate there. On to the third then. I think we'll play 4 frames today. They've been quite long, both of them so far, so
Good break.
We'll
Cue
play
ball
4.
to walk and not loosen the reds too much.
but we're not going to try. I'm not going to try and speed things up at all. That'll be ridiculous just for the sake of making a shorter video. So we're going to play like we did in the first 2. Fairly well. I was going to say fairly safe. And where's the cue ball? Where's the cue ball?
Thought the-
Very lucky. But we've left a few
Next
reds
shot
on
could be
there.
tricky with the cue ball so close to the jaws.
I don't know what on earth he's played there.
He might want to think about trying to get position on the black.
But we'll take it. We certainly will. And this will be our first points on the table of the match. The frame, sorry, not the match. Good
A
blimey.
nice clean pot.
Would have been 2 boring frames if we hadn't got any points yet, won them. Well, it's going to be a tricky one, isn't it? And we can't play that. We can play this. Probably because we're queuing over the reds, I would guess. Let's check it. Oh, there we go. There's an angle in which it does go here, so Might as well give it a good bash. Get it clear of the reds and get it back up the table, hopefully. Oh, that wasn't too far off the pot, to be honest. And we're nicely safe.
Get the cue ball safe in the balk area.
I think he'll play a shot to nothing here.
To be fair, I think all the Robin's shots have been shots to nothing. Certainly the large majority anyway. That might be a bit unfair, but yeah, shot to nothing there, and it didn't go in. Need this to bounce off the cushion and come back up for the black, although he might have hit it a bit too hard. We've made the pot, what's position like, awful on the black, but I think our saving grace is the blue, which it tends to be in these situations earlier on in the, earlier on in the frame. This will take us our points total for this frame up to 7, of course. And we potted it.
6.
And equally, we developed the reds a bit more, so A-star. This red looks the best opportunity here. Didn't say the golden one, but the best out of a bad bunch of apples. I suppose apples are kind of red. Not this kind of colour. I'd be a bit concerned if it was that colour, but there we go, it's potted.
7.
We developed the reds even further, although for some reason it was like the wind there. It's like a wind of change. They just all went over to that one side of the table. There we go.
He sunk the blue.
There's a few options here.
There's no easy shot available here.
Oh no, there's no easy shot now. They're really hard, these are. Deary me. I'll probably miss it now because I've been really cocky there. But no.
Oh, that was a stunning shot and a very difficult one to pull off.
Should take the black now. Oh, we'll take the pink actually. Didn't really see that there. I'm glad it pointed it out for us. Much straighter and easier than the black. And it's dropped. And that's 19. A decent shot again. Have we got position on anything there? That's the question.
The black spot seems the likely shot.
Yep. That seems about right. Oh, well. Oh, that's gutting. I would love to have got a nice break there. But, got that one a bit wrong.
1.
And now, once again, like the previous frames, Robin's got a chance.
8. Well, he really slammed that one in.
And very good position on the black. I don't know whether he meant that or whether it was a bit of luck, but nonetheless, good position.
16.
And now good position on the red. Oh, he had got. I completely forgot the black was going back there. Just a lapse in concentration. He can get to this red though. I didn't realise that. That's a good pot.
17.
And with this red, with this black, he can go ahead. And looking a bit further forward at the end of the 4 frames, he could be 2 each here. Because Robin's finally starting to play well, but this shot might be a big test. It's certainly the biggest test of this break for him so far. Is he going to cut this into the middle? Surely not. Surely not, I was about to say. Surely not going to float that. We'll take the fruits of his labour though here. And just hit it as hard as we can, get it back down the table. But respectable from Robin there. Considering who's played so far. About to say, where's the cue ball?
Well, you can really feel the tension out there.
To be fair, it might be because we're not playing very well, but these 2 frames, the first frame wasn't close, but to be honest, these like last 2 frames have been quite close. So I think John's right there. There's no exaggerating going on. Tricky pot on the black, this, but we've potted it.
8.
That's put him in the lead.
Back in the lead then, back in the driving seat. And we're going to try and whack these reds. And hopefully just get them moved a bit. No, the blooming reds missed. Oh dear. That's my problem sometimes. We go for some extraordinary position.
1.
And then we miss the pot. We really need to focus on right. Get the pot right. B, can we get any position? But, well, Robin's played a really poor shot there. At least our shot wasn't that far off. You know, it's quite a way off, that was. I think we'll see that in some of our earlier episodes, definitely, but if this is your first one, of course, you're watching, I would recommend going back to watch the previous stuff, just to see how far we've come. I mean, I know we're not great now, we've missed that again, but we've come a long way since the start of this series, and hopefully we can come even further going into Snooker 19, which will, fingers crossed, be out in a few weeks. I'll be covering that at length on the channel. 15 years newer than this game, so hopefully it's a bit better in terms of the graphics, but it is a class game, this is, to be fair. A, for its time, and B, it holds up quite well. But Robin Macallum back in the lead of the frame. It's been quite a topsy-turvy one, probably down to the fact that we've both failed at several points. Oh, we're back in a minute. Right then, folks, we're back. Bit of a delay there. Someone in the crowd's been asked to turn the mobile phone off, and it was me! But, yeah. Robin will win this frame, I think. He's not played badly here. Made a few good pots.
Nice shot on the green.
And he's got decent position here. Depends how he crafts this and how he plays it. But this red, a black, it will certainly be good to try and win this one. He's potted it, and he's got a good position on the black.
Nice shot,
wow.
back onto the black.
Well, this is a fluke of a frame from him, I'm not sure, but
Well, a controlled screw
he's not
back
playing
is
badly
required
here.
23.
I think we'll definitely play the next frame if he wins this that is, just to see if he can reduce the deficit again, but he's missed it. Oh, that's a real shame for Robin. Luckily, he hasn't left it on, though, in terms of luckily for him. We're going to play something interesting here. We're going to make sure he's nice and tight on the top on this cushion. There we go.
He should be able to find a safe area for the cue ball.
This is a nasty shot. Wouldn't like to cue off that.
He had
And
to
amazingly,
use
he's
lots of
managed
screw
to
back to try to make the position with that shot.
give us good position on this red, which is quite unbelievable. Good shot.
1.
There wasn't any option but to use the rest for that shot. That's a nice angle on the blue.
Yeah, blue should go, although I suppose middle pocket be easier, but bottom pocket we've got much more of an eye on, if you like. Position's not really a worry here. I don't think we'd get position anyway. Perhaps we've got a bit of screw back on it, but I don't think we'll even get the pot, and we won't. But luckily, he won't get position, so it's not bad. Has he snookered us here? Oh no, he hasn't. Really a bit unfortunate for him, that is. But based off our poor potting record in this frame, I think it's fair to say he has got a chance here. Might as well take the blue. Yellow not in the best position, really.
6.
And equally now, not in the best position again. It would have to be a very fine cut to get into the middle pocket. But no, I'm not going to play a snooker. I'm just going to put it up to play the cue ball up to the object ball, because never hurts. Makes him play the risky shot, and it seems sensible. Ooh,
I'd say nudging the pink here would be a good bet.
I mean, I suppose the angle would probably be better into the other pocket, wouldn't it? That would make more sense, actually. Would it? I don't really know. Let's just check. Oh, we don't want to play. We don't quite want to play with that much spin. Let's see what the angle's like into this close pocket. You can argue there's more of a chance of it missing, but my only worry is if this goes. Look at where this cubit now. No, I think, well, it's the same token about this. It's going to be fairly close, whether it goes into the opposite pocket. It's going to be a tricky one, though, this. There's no guarantee about it going in. Not an easy shot by any means, and we've missed it, but fortunately we've covered ourselves. It's going to be a good pot from Macallum to get this. And there have been 3 scrappy frames at the start of this final, so even if we do end up 3-0 up, probably because he's played a poor shot like that, it's not because I don't think Robin's played particularly badly. Can we hit this soft and get on the green potentially? Not too soft, hopefully, that we don't get a pot, but no, that wasn't very good, was it?
Superb technique there.
Bear in mind, we're still the player who's behind, so I'm going to try and hit this fin and get it down the table. We're the one who's got to get the pots here. Ooh, that's not there. It's not too bad.
Moving the brown off the cushion would help.
I think there's
here.
a pot though here. Yeah, there is, yeah. He's got to get it in though, and he's missed that. Don't think he was going for the pot though there, obviously. Well, he was trying to get the brown off the cushion, more so. Now, we're going to hit this fin again. Not too thin that we go into one of the pockets, but we need to be getting pots, and we're not really in good positions. But in fact, we just keep giving him good position. Go on, Robin, have another go. Needs the... Oh, that's a good shot.
I'm sat on the edge of my seat here, Dennis. This is exciting snooker.
And with the brown, all he needs then is the blue, and he's secured his first frame of the final.
That was a nice shot.
He just
on
needs the
brown.
blue.
Well, if he gets the blue ball, the frame is his.
Should he not get the blue and we clean up, it goes to a decider in the black, and he's missed the blue. Well, we've got to really clean up here.
There.
But, as usual, it's not an easy shot. So, this is nasty, isn't it? Trying to make sure the cue ball doesn't go in. Playing a shot to nothing here, to be honest. I don't think this is going to go in, but if it does, it's a blooming bonus. No, but leaves nothing on, so that's fine. Ooh, I don't know what he's played there. Really don't. Fingers crossed we can get this on the cushion with the pink. Pot's down. That's not... no, it's not really well on the pink, is it?
I think he'd play safety here.
Yeah, we are 13... So I've got my calculations right. We are 13 down. And there are 13 left on the table, so it'll go to a deciding black if we can get the last two balls. But of course, if Macallum pots one of them, well, it's his frame. Is he going to get the... Ooh, dear.
Yeah,
Oh, he's got away with that. Really has.
He can play the cue ball on the bottom cushion to make it safe.
No, John, we're not going to play the cue ball on the bottom cushion because you know I'm no good at those sort of shots and the chance of success are quite low, so we're best just playing this one. He's going to hit this fin though, I thought he would. Oh, this is a risky one now. Do we go for the pot?
I think he'll go for a snooker.
Oh, the dog's here now. Hold on a minute. No wonder the dog's barking. Someone just walked in the house. Right. I mean, what a time to cut away just before this crucial shot. Is it going to go in? It doesn't, and Robin's going to win.
So well looked after here. Nothing
Well,
like my old
that's
local.
unfortunate.
I remember one club manager asking
We'd really
me
got a
outside the
chance.
table. I said, unfortunately, I just walked in and it was there.
I miss what John said really there now. Yeah, Robin Macallum's won the frame. Well, I think we made too many mistakes, to be honest. And it's now 2-1.
He's one behind now.
We're going to break here, but are we actually going to break? Oh, don't tell me the game's froze. It'd be a whopping time for it to do that. And it's never froze before. Let's just give it a second.
Just have a look at this again.
Yeah, of course, when we were playing, John, there was no such thing as slow motion cameras.
Well, we had Terry Griffiths.
Settle down, please.
Exciting stuff. It's only the first frame.
Where's the cue ball?
Sounding like the Beverly Sisters, eh?
Well, you can't hit it better than that. He needs a bounce to come the other side of the ball line. I think the pink passes the brown. I think the kettle's boiled.
Well, I've given it about 5 minutes, to be honest, and it's not responding at all. But it would be a shame to have to redo all this again. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it here. And if it hasn't saved, which I don't think it does, I don't think it does auto-save in between frames, I'm going to have to go back, of course, at some point and play the frames again. But I will give Macallum one of the frames out of courtesy. And hopefully, by the time we get to Tuesday's episode, we will be going for the 4th frame after it being 2-1. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Unfortunate about that crash in there. It's never happened, and what a time for it to happen. But nevertheless, hope you guys have enjoyed. I've been TIJ Gaming, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday for the second session of the final. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.